Hello,
Hello,
this is Rebecca.
and Bernette,
I am the mother, and Bernette is.
the daughter.
I'm the interview, and Bernette is the channeler. So, we are here to do some channeling, and we're going to give voice to someone from the other side who wants to share their truth and messages with us.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to get set and see who's here. Who's here?
Lillian.
Lillian.
Yes.
How old are you, Lillian?
Probably about 17.
Where did you live?
Well, we moved from, I guess, around these parts, Georgia. That's where we came from, but we wound up in Oregon, or near that part of the world of around 1772.
So, um, what is your race?
Well, I'm black, African.
Okay. Were
Yes.
you a slave?
Yes. Yes.
Were you born into slavery?
Yes, I was.
So, in 1772, were you set free or did you escape?
It's actually very interesting, which is why I just wanted to share this story because I think history writes it all in such black and white terms where it's hard to see the gray and that even in the darkness there was some light. So when I was 17 or thereabouts, the family I worked for that owned me,
Mm-hmm.
they decided that they didn't like slavery,
Oh,
but they were fearful of setting me free in Georgia
okay.
because they were afraid of what might happen to me.
Okay.
Their family had had my mother before me, and when they set my mother, they set they set my mom to a family member, and so my mother couldn't come along, but they took me with them to Oregon,
Okay.
where we could all be free. And I was able to continue working for them, but as a free person. And I was able to make other money, washing clothes and
Mm-hmm.
doing laundry and helping other people take care of their homes as a free person
Okay.
in Oregon.
Were you the only slave they had?
I was. Maybe that's why they could take me, because I was
Okay.
just one. And they didn't want to live here anymore. They didn't want to live in this place, Georgia, anymore, because, well, they didn't like what was happening.
Okay. So, did you ever marry?
I
Have
did.
children?
I married a man named Rufus,
Okay. And
and we had two children, a boy and a girl, and they were born free. They moved down They went to California. There was more opportunity there.
And do your children still live? Do you have and do you have descendants that are still living today?
As I understand it, yes, they both had children. Both of my children had children. My son had 3 children. My daughter had 4 children. And they stayed in that area. I think they didn't want to come back to the South. They decided to stay over on this side of the world.
And live in freedom.
Oh, yes. Yes. Let me tell you, there's nothing like freedom. I'm so grateful that I was given.
How was it for you before you went to Oregon?
It depends on where I was. If I was with the family who owned me, it was good. They treated me like a worker,
Mm-hmm.
even though legally they owned me, um, because it was difficult. Even though they owned me, they treated me like a worker.
Mm-hmm.
They treated me with respect. I learned to read and write.
How was it otherwise?
When I was in public, I had to be like a slave. And people treated me like they did all the other slaves. We were just things, property.
How did that make you feel?
Small, unimportant. Like I didn't want to be around there. I hated going into town. I hated having to go out there. It didn't feel right. It wasn't right. But there was nothing I could do. But when we were just in their house and I was working for the family, it was different.
Did you live with them?
I had my own room off the side. They had a house, and on the back side there was a separate room for me.
Okay.
And when we moved to Oregon, at first I lived with them until I married him. I married, and then we moved into our own house, and
You had a good life.
I did. I did. I had a good life.
What message would you want to share about your lifetime that we should know that would help us who are hearing your message?
Oh, you can't judge everyone the same. And I see this where we put all white people in one bucket and all
Okay.
black people in one bucket.
Okay.
But there were some, even in the South, even in Georgia, the family I lived with was one of them, because they kept me. My mama asked them if they would keep me. She had to go. They kept me at my mama's request because she knew they were good people. She knew that even if I had to be a slave, because that was the way the world was then, that I wouldn't feel a slave with them.
Mm.
And they were such good people. And I love them. I love them like family because they was my family.
Yes.
And for me that they wasn't supposed to do. They treated me like they weren't supposed to. And they could do that when we was in our house.
Right.
They let me sit down at the table with them. They let me sit at the table with them.
That was huge for that time.
And they treated me like family.
Wow. Thank you.
I loved them. And they gave me my freedom. Had they not had me, and they had lived here in Georgia,
yes,
they probably would have stayed. But I know in my heart that
they moved for you.
They left and they got as far away as they could so that I could have a life. Who does that? They did that for me. They loved me too. And they did that for me so I could be free. They knew one day I wanted to marry. My kids would be free. They did that. God bless them.
God bless them.
They did that for me. Thank you. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. You freed me. And because you freed me, you freed my generations. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. My children never knew slavery. They never knew it. They were born free. Thank you. Bless me. Bless me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They weren't all the same.
No,
They weren't all the
not.
same.
No, they were not. And we need to acknowledge that. We acknowledge that.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you. They deserve it.
Yes.
They deserve it.
Yes.
Praise. Thank you. Bless you.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for bringing that light to us and to all that will hear
Thank you.
your story. Okay. And we'll let you step back. Thank you. We're grateful. We're grateful for Lillian coming forward to share her truth and her story. And for all of those who are open to receiving it. May healing, love, and light be received by every person participating in this event. And that love and peace make us one.